Well, hello again, everybody. Welcome to another Yukon Bob video. Boy, it has been a long winter. It's been a long time since I made a video for this channel. I think it was last end of September into middle of October, something like that, out on the Sea-Doo. That was the last video. There's the Sea-Doo, by the way. This is its parking spot for the winter. I've taken the tarp off it. I just park it in the little alley between the two houses here. I had it all wrapped up in a polypropylene tarp, but I've pulled that off and just have it in the Sea-Doo tarp now. It's all been winterized, so she's just about ready to go. Once we get the weather a little bit warmer here in southern Ontario, I'll be pulling it out, getting it warmed up in the driveway, testing it all out, and then hopefully get it on the water in the next couple of weeks. But what I wanted to talk about today was to show you something that I purchased over the winter that has kind of been a stopgap, occupying my time until the Sea-Doo gets ready to go. Back in January, I decided to buy an electric bike. And this is what I bought. This is the Aventon Level 3 commuter bike. It's kind of a bike that's designed for a little bit of trail use, although mostly kind of, you know, paved stuff, dirt trails, that sort of stuff, but nothing serious in the bush because it's got the fenders on and all of that. But I'm not going to be doing any real big mountain biking with it anyway. So this is what I came up with. It's a company out of California, out of a place, believe it or not, called Ontario, California. And they make these bikes there. They have a distributor here in Toronto, which is where I live and which is where I bought the bike from. So it's, you know, after a bit of research, a pretty well-built bike. They build them, of course, all in China, that sort of stuff. It's a bike that has about a range of, what, 64 kilometers, they say. There's different power assist levels that you can kick it into once you turn it on. And to turn it on, you just press the button. And then up comes your display, and that turns the thing on. It's got a tripometer, odometer on it, battery level indicator, all of that sort of stuff is all built right in there. It's a great little display. I've added some RAM mounts for the GoPros. I put a mirror on it. I put an iPhone holder on it. I've got a bell on it. That's what happens when you buy something in January and then you've got 3 or 4 months of it sitting in the basement. You get online with Amazon and various other things and start loading it up. So I put some panniers on it. On the side, there's a top bag here for carrying various things in there, water bottle, all that sort of stuff. So it's got all the gear on it now that I'm probably ever going to need. And the reason I bought this particular bike is that it really seems to be really well built. I mean, all the welds are really nicely done on it. The bike itself is actually built in China, but it's got a 672 watt-hour battery. And the thing that I liked about it is the battery is built right into the frame. There's a key here. You open that up and then you just pop your battery out, but you don't have to take it out to charge it. There's a port on the other side. You just plug it in, you can charge it, or you can take the battery out and charge it with it out as well. Front shocks, no rear shocks, hydraulic disc brakes on the front and the back. These are sort of Kevlar reinforced tires, so it helps prevent against flats. Not that you can't still get a flat, of course. And the motor is back there on the rear hub. That's a 48 volt 500 watt rear hub motor with a peak output of 750 watts. Seems to have a fair amount of power. The only thing I don't like about the bike is it's only got 8 gear settings. It could use a few more, I think. So I usually ride it in level 1 or level 2, which means that you're sort of pedaling a little bit with the bike, and I like to do that because, you know, you want some exercise when you're out on the bike. But when you hit a hill, you just click the button once or twice from power assist level 1 to power assist level 3, and up you go. There's 5 power assist levels in the bike, and it's supposed to have a range of something like 45 kilometers, 50 kilometers if you're using I think level 5. If you use level 1 or 2, you can get much greater range than that, because of course you're using some of your own assistance to pedal the bike. I think I'm going to use it quite a bit. Apparently they're having trouble keeping these things in stock. That's why I bought it in January, just so I'd make sure I could have one. And as a matter of fact, I even bought a second one. I brought this one home and my wife really liked it. She said, I want to get one too. So now we've got 2 of these things. Cost, well, they're not the cheapest, but they're also not the most expensive. You can pay a lot of money for these electric bikes. This bike with tax, Canadian, $2,600 tax in, and I got them to throw in some helmets and a few things like that, since we were buying a couple of them, and a lock and a few things like that. Anyway, I love this bike. We're going to take it out and just show you how it works and how it operates on the trail system. There's a trail system not far from my house. We'll put the drone in the air, maybe get some footage. So let's go have a look at it. So the way it works, as soon as you get a quarter turn with the pedals, then the motor kicks in and the motor starts. So once you've got a quarter turn kicked in, then everything kicks in and away it goes. There's a little park right in my subdivision, and I'm going to head down on the trails in the park, put the drone in the air down there, and see if we can get some good shots of the bike moving along with the drone following it. I picked up a new drone. It's the Mavic Air 2S. So that's what I've been using lately, just kind of getting used to it. Okay, we're going to try and hook up the drone here and see if we can get it to fly behind us for a while down the park. We'll take a little ride down through the park and just see how the drone does. So let's get it set up. I've put the DJI controller right up here. Just use some bungee cord to kind of strap it down. Put the drone in the air and we'll kind of go from here.
So as I mentioned, I'm shooting with a brand new drone from DJI. This is the Mavic Air 2S, their latest drone. It comes with a 1-inch sensor, 10 megabytes of video information, and it can shoot in 5K quality, although I'm shooting in 2.7K here on this in this ride. It'll probably turn out to be about 1080 by the time it hits YouTube. But what this drone has that some of the other drones, the smaller drones like the Mavic Mini and the Mini 2 don't have, is it has active track, which means that you can lock onto your subject, like onto the bicycle and myself, and then the drone will either follow you from behind, which is trace mode, or it can also follow you in a parallel mode where it kind of angles with you and follows you along. So it's not too bad. Giving it a little try out here to see how well it stays locked on. Here it is with the side view, the parallel view, and what it does is it kind of edges on an angle because there are no side sensors on the drone, so it uses its forward centers and flies on a bit of an angle, so it can still use some obstacle avoidance while tracking you from a parallel perspective. Not bad. It's sort of locked on fairly well, but at times it can get lost, and at times I've had some close calls with a few branches.
Alright guys, so back home now. That is our first video for Yukon Bob of 2021. A little look at the Aventon level 3 electric bike. Sea-Doo videos are going to start hopefully fairly soon. Hopefully we can get out on the water in the next while, although I'm hearing a lot of kind of confusing and conflicting information about what is open for boat launches, for marinas, stuff like that. If you guys have got any information about all of that for Ontario, post some comments down below. We can all benefit from a little bit more knowledge about this, because it's a bit confusing from what I've been seeing online about what's open, what's not, where you can launch, where you can't, what regions, all that sort of stuff. So let me know what you know, and others can find that information helpful as well. Thanks for watching today, guys, on Yukon Bob Video. We will see you shortly, hopefully, out on the water. Bye for now.